we're going to jump back in here and assume that this transaction is under contract and we're walking forward and we're ready to submit our offer and commission request. So there are a few vital parts needed in order to get paid in a transaction. One, we need approved folders. So you need an approved listed or agency folder and an approved under contract folder. So it's the first step to getting paid. Make sure those documents have been submitted in a timely manner, any corrections made and resubmitted for approval. The closed folder will not be approved just yet. We're going to go over and put our offer in, request our commission, and then we'll come back to the closed folder. You can see here that my listed folder is approved. You'll have this on all of them. Any notes that you send back and forth or comments on a folder are going to be here in this little bubble. You can see that this document has been approved. It's the only one I submitted just because this is a training opportunity. I'm going to click on the offers tab here and I'm going to go ahead and put this offer in. So I'm under the offer tab. I click add new offer. I'm just going to leave it as initial offer because this is a single offer transaction. I don't have multiple. I'm going to leave it that way. I'm going to click create offer and I'm going to input as many details as possible. So I'm going to have just the offer date as today. We're going to go ahead and just push the close date out just for sake of showing you. So we have adjusted the dates. We're going to go to parties. We're going to put in as much information as we can. However, the only required information is buyer and seller name and as the agents representing both sides of the transaction. I've got that information in. Under the terms, you want to, again, put as much information in as possible. And these fields are set on a national level, so some of them might not apply locally in the market that you're working. However, for this one, I'm going to go ahead and put that there was a $2,500 cash, and that's just because I'm going to use that as earnest money. And then I'm going to go ahead and put $247,500 as the finance amount for a total purchase price of $250,000. Now it does that math for you. But you could just put it all in one box if you wanted. Again, this is up to you and how you want to use this tool. In an advanced opportunities class, I teach more about this and using it as a multiple offer situation, specifically on the listing side. I can repeat this information here. I could also come down and put an option fee, terminations, and any seller costs that'll be contributed. And that is, again, for purposes of a multiple offer situation, you can compare those side by side. Go to agent analysis. You can put in pros and cons of the offer here in a summary so that you could send these to your client for review. Again, in the case of one offer, you might not use this. Multiple offers, I would recommend you use this. We're going to go and click save. Now, this offer has been created and it is input. We can see it here. If I had multiple, I could put multiple in. And you'll notice the commissions tab is grayed out. I can't select it yet because I have to have an accepted offer. So I'm going to go ahead and accept this offer because we're, again, assuming that this is the offer that was accepted on this transaction, and we're going to click accept. Now my commission tab is live. So we talked about the steps to make sure we get paid, right? The first one is those approved document folders. The second one is an accepted offer in the system. And then the third step is going to be your commissions request. Now, in this case, you see that the contract date is missing. Sometimes this will pull, sometimes it won't. It really just depends. There's one field you have to fill in for it to automatically pull. I did not fill that field in, so I can edit that right here. I'm just going to go to edit general information. I'm going to add my contract date. You'll notice that I can't change the closing date. It is grayed out. The only way to change that at this point in time is to go back to your offer, make changes, and then re-accept the offer. I'm going to go ahead and save the changes on the contract date. So all of this is good to go. Over on the right-hand side, you can see the breakdown of how the payout's going to happen, the total commission, how much is going to go to royalties, how much is going to go to company dollar, any additional deductions if you pay for a productivity coach, if you pay for transaction coordination, anything that would come off and get paid out on your DA or disbursement authorization. We're going to scroll down. You can see the percent to cap and the breakdown on a transaction. You can edit this and, maybe I'm on a team and I need to split this. I can split it 50-50 in the edit agent payment. I can take 50%. come up here and add another agent and add that other 50. Again, you will teach those things uniquely as you need them. Feel free to reach out to me if you have questions on that, or they'll be taught by your team. Most likely your team will teach you how they want that to function for your team in that event. If you're a solo agent, just know that it's pretty straightforward. It's going to default that you're getting 100% of whatever you're owed, depending upon where you're at in capping status. If you need to add a note to your Market Center administrator, you can add that here. And then once you're ready and all these numbers look good to you, you would click the submit button and it would show as submitted. Now, at this point in time, you cannot change this once it's been submitted. So if you have an adjustment that needs to be made, a transaction falls through, anything like that, you would just want to email your Market Center administrator, let them know that something happened, give them the address of the opportunity so they can go in and adjust it on their side for accounting purposes as they use that as they run their financials month over month there. So you would submit that. It would say submitted. I'm not going to submit it just so I don't mess up the system on the back end. I don't want to cause any issues as we're at the end of a month here as I'm filming this. So that's how we would submit our commission. Now, so that's step number 3. So again, I'm going to recap again. The first one was to have those approved document folders. The second was to submit and accept that offer. The third is to request our commission. And there's 2 more steps. We're going to go back to our document folder. Now, this might be unique to the market centers that I work in. Again, talk to your market center about what's required specifically. But I'm going to go to the closed folder. You'll notice here I have an ALTA document. That's going to be our closing, our settlement statement. Again, every market center is going to be different. The 2 market centers I am in require that ALTA statement to be submitted. And that's how our market center administrator verifies what the check is, matches it to the settlement statement, and makes sure everything matches and is kosher. So I would go ahead and upload that ALTA. I would submit to the market center. So that's step 4. Step 5 doesn't involve any technology at all. And that's make sure your check is dropped off or your funds are wired appropriately and your market center administrator knows how they're receiving those. Check in with your market center uniquely as to how those checks get submitted and make sure those things happen. So this wraps up my video series for technology orientation, specifically to the market centers that I'm in. Come check out other classes that I teach throughout the month and the year on ways to continue to grow in efficiency inside of the Keller Williams Command platform to make your business continue to grow and be successful as you move forward in real estate with Keller Williams. Have a great one.